It is a big day because Modern Warfare 3 is now live worldwide, but you also have in-game packs, specifically through the Call of Duty Endowment, Johanna, that aim to take proceeds from the sales of those packs and then help put veterans into jobs. Just explain the process to us.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The Warrior Pack goes on sale today, and it's part of our Call of Duty Endowment commitment, which we've been doing for many, many years. It's near and dear to our hearts, and all the work and service, obviously, that military servicemen and women have been doing to protect our freedoms and allow us to make great video games. It's been an incredible partnership and extension of everything that Call of Duty stands for. The Warrior Pack is a great way for our community to also dive in and show support and help veterans get quality employment and opportunities after their military service.
Johanna, give us some sense of the data about how Modern Warfare 3 is doing. You know, you guys like to flex that the last title made $1 billion in about a week or 10 days. Are you on track for that as well?
Well, it's too early to call any numbers for sure. Today is launch day, but it's such a special moment for Modern Warfare 3. It's been awesome. I mean, even seeing so many millions of players already pouring in and saying it's some of the best Call of Duty they've either ever seen or seen in years is exactly what puts the cherry on top of, a years-long effort. I think the other piece, to your point about last year, we all know how record-breaking Modern Warfare 2 was. We've been years at work listening to player feedback, saying that they wanted to spend more time in the series. And so this was a conversation we've been having for many, many years about, can we deliver a blockbuster premium title that's back-to-back in terms of sequel and narrative, and also bring iconic multiplayer offerings, iconic net new offerings for zombies players. So in many ways, Modern Warfare 3 is this amazing sort of nostalgic meets new innovation gameplay party for all things Call of Duty. It's been very intergenerational in that way. It's been a special moment for all of us.
And it came very quickly. What was the pressure put on, put on perhaps, to get it out so swiftly after the second?
It was really no different than, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. So when you think about it, in many ways, some of the secret ingredient to Call of Duty's powerhouse blockbuster chops of bringing premium releases year after year has been part of how we think about development, creative, narrative. The big difference on this one was much more so, how do we combine what is arguably one of the best multiplayer maps offering in terms of bringing back iconic favorites, modernizing them for a new generation, but also pouring in an incredible zombies element that has never seen its way into Modern Warfare. It's open world, it's expansive, so zombies players are now getting some kind of flex that they haven't usually seen. And what we've also seen is carry forward this new endeavor that we also talked about for many years, about if we're going to go back to back with two big blockbuster premium releases within the Modern Warfare franchise, how can we honor the player investment? So if you already were in on Modern Warfare 2, now there's so much element of carry forward where a lot of that gameplay and a lot of those weapons and engagement elements from last year are going to carry into this year, instead of forcing players to have to reset, which was really what we would argue was the model of yesteryear. So we were signaling this big shift in how we were thinking about content releases, even last year. And, it's been many, many years in the making, and it's just a tip of the hat of how Call of Duty is such an incredible content engine.
Johanna, to Caroline's point, Bloomberg did report overnight that the development time for Modern Warfare 3 was about 18 months from sort of conception to today. Traditionally, it's 3 years to turn around a game like this, right? Was that the timeline that you worked to?
No, that's wholly inaccurate. But, I understand, journalists or other people from the outside may be looking in and make some assumptions or speculate on how this is done. But like I said, I've been a part of the Call of Duty organization for now 5 years, and just seeing how incredible the architecture around development has become. Like I said before, we had been seeing for many years players asking for, more engagement, deeper extensions in the series that they were spending so much time in. And so I think Modern Warfare 3, in addition to it being this incredible foray of, blockbuster, premium, rich content, you can kind of pick your own adventure in so many different ways, but also bringing back some modernization to iconic favorites, is a beautiful kind of combination on the backdrop of our 20th anniversary. It speaks to Call of Duty can release, blockbuster premium titles year on year like no one else.
Yes.
But we can also really extend the conversation and think differently about how we rally our development teams to make magic happen.
Johanna, before we run out of time, there are two big audience questions, your gameplay questions, which are, what are you doing about anti-cheat programs? And also cross-console play, no PC is kind of the request.
We get a lot of requests. Part of being this big and working at the scale that we do is that we have an incredible community, and they're very passionate and very vocal. So we're always taking notes. But with respect to anti-cheat, couldn't be prouder. I mean, the Ricochet initiative is 24/7, multi-year, endeavor for us, where we've really prioritized integrity and making sure that we're always on. We just announced as well some of our more machine learning technology that we're pouring in as an investment to deliver protection for our players with respect to cheating and hacking at scale, in addition to what we're doing with our human resources who are always on in terms of this battle. We know it's a battle that's never going to end. You have to be very sophisticated and ahead of the curve on many of the things that we'll see. But it's an incredible initiative. We're really happy with the investments we're making in that regard.